thought really tightened the game up. And Cunningham obviously had a big night, but I was, any win you get in this league is a good win. And, Detroit competed, we competed, and the guys did a good job of making plays when we needed to.
Trey's had 30 points and 10 assists in 4 straight games. Do you feel like he's sort of in the best groove of his career?
I know from my perspective, the things that he's doing, getting us in the flow of the game early, and letting the game come to him is really important. And I think there's other things that I'm not concerned about his numbers. I wasn't early in the year, and I'm not now. There's some things that, I want to see him continue to do, and he'll be even more efficient. The thing that, that he's doing to me that is impactful too is he's guarding. And, that's our whole group. Just everybody's got to hold themselves to a standard. And, him in particular, because he's on the point of the ball, but when he's picking up at a timeout or a free throw, those things, I think, are good for his mindset. And as you mentioned, he's been efficient. There's a couple situations I want to keep showing him where I think he can be even more efficient. But he's doing a good job. He's playing the right way.
Coach, both Clint and DeAndre, they pushed through injuries to play tonight. Can you just talk about their presence and how big they were on the floor tonight?
Yeah, we obviously didn't have Clint for the Cleveland game, and you could feel that. And Dre was on a minutes restriction. He was again tonight. Those two guys are really important for us. I loved how aggressive DeAndre was when he came out, at the beginning of the game, and then hit a huge shot, a corner three that he made late. It was just a big shot. And we have a ton of confidence in him taking those shots. He drew a tough matchup tonight too, and we were doing some things where Cunningham, he was going to get to his mid-range, and then sometimes when a guy gets going, they're harder to guard. But Dre had a really good game. It was good to have him. He's been playing through, some bumps and bruises and aches and pains and a dislocated finger. Not to, belittle that, but he's been terrific, just coming out and competing.
Garrison had that sort of 3-point play there early in the game where he made the first 3, drew the foul, missed the free throw, and then they got the ball back. And just how much does the hustle of this team kind of come through tonight against this team that plays hard?
Garrison, that's what he's done. He's competed, and he's coming in, drawing charges. Wes has done the same thing. Tonight, Seth, we got Seth on a flight this morning, and he was ready to go. It was good to see him. Ryan Schmidt's done a great job. I mean, the stuff that he was in the game at one point with Trey, and we were just playing out of concepts, and he knew right where to be, and that's a credit to Ryan and the job that he's doing with those guys in College Park. So that's, you saw how important that was tonight, especially when Wes banged his knee or whatever. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but he had to leave the floor, and at that point you were glad we had Seth come back.
I was actually going to ask you about Seth and that process, because I figured he had to have come in today. What's that even like behind the scenes to know that you might have to use a guy that hasn't even been with you the last couple of days?
I think that's part of this league, and being down bodies. I know Bogey wanted to be out there. He's not ready yet. Hopefully he'll be back soon. And I think, again, the thing that's important, and that, obviously we don't see every other team, but I'll emphasize it again, what's going on in College Park with our guys and the way they're being coached. I have a lot of confidence in Seth. You put him in the game and he's going to shoot. I think his teammates have the same confidence in him. He's shooting when he's open. He's going to compete. So it's good to see. That's the way it's supposed to be. You're working, and you don't know when that time may come. You could be in Disney World and all of a sudden you get a call to be on a plane. Unfortunately, there's a lot of flights to Atlanta.
When you coach over here. Cameras.
Okay, sorry.
You're good. When you guys
These are bright.
Yeah, no.
So go ahead. Yep.
when you have a quarter shooting wise as good as you guys had in that first quarter, you tied a season high with 9 threes. Then you followed up in the second quarter. You guys didn't make any threes.
Yeah.
Does that change kind of the way I guess you guys approach second half offense, or like I don't know, how does the mindset work there?
You know, I think the biggest thing when we miss, one, I thought tonight our transition defense was not what it's been. You know, if we crash the glass, sometimes we come up with those missed threes. That's part of the game. We have to keep shooting, which we did. But that's kind of the ebb and flow. You know, that's got to be built into our mindset. And particularly, even when they go in, sometimes there's a tendency to kind of, you know, to pause for a second before you get back. And the biggest thing to me is if we aren't shooting well, you know, that's when we need to make somebody play in half court and not let them run against us. And that's been something that obviously has been a point of emphasis. But as far as the ball going in, the biggest thing to me is to keep shooting, you know, and then hopefully we can defend during those portions because, like you said, we have a big first quarter and, you know, don't make shots in the second quarter. We've got to keep playing and keep guarding.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay. All right. Do you have one more?
We have one more.
Yeah.
Coach, at this point of the season, is your team playing at the level that you expected them to be playing at?
I don't know that I had a firm expectation, you know, on a given day. You know, we've been battling through some injuries of late, and you know, my message to the team the whole time is let's keep getting better, and you know, hopefully that'll continue to be the case. I feel like we're working every night to do that, and some nights it's prettier than others. But if we can keep doing that, you know, I think that's the measure for what success for us right now. And hopefully wins come with that, obviously. But sometimes there's other things, whether it's shooting or injuries and things that are outside of your control. Okay.